I got it right this morning. I'm just running a little late doing it.
There. Nah, not really.
Okay, then I didn't get it right today, but I am running late doing it, and I need to be on this one, and the volume needs to be turned down over here completely. Hey, it's Boogie with the Bull, Monday Morning Caffeine. Dave Bloven and Randy Rhodes are here. We're live on my profile on Facebook. We are live on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, and we're live everywhere else.
We're live. We are live.
We are live. We are live. My creature is alive.
Yeah. God help us. God help us. Well, but you know when things.
Week. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
It's a new week. We're going to get it started, so take a memorial swig. I got a new cup because the old one fell over and broke.
That's right.
On Saturday while we were working. No, it got knocked. It either fell over on its own, I'm sure, and the cover that holds the coffee in broke. And the new one, this one, doesn't have a removable cover. It just has a hole in it so you can drink. So I haven't named it yet. The old one was Bubba, so maybe this one will be Bubba too. I don't know. But hearing people not wanting to call ice cubes ice anymore. They want to call them frozen cubes or frozen water cubes. Yeah, I know. To me, it's kind of crazy. I don't understand why you don't want to call it just ice, because that's what it is. And
oh my God,
one of the funniest memes I ever saw was a picture of AOC standing next to ice chest at a convenience store, saying something stupid like, "I don't see any problem. There's plenty of ice here."
Oh my God.
Anyway, it's Monday morning, and we're going to get this week started and to say a whole bunch of things people probably don't want to hear this morning.
No, I got okay. Yeah, so you know, I'm always asking myself, you know, why haven't we returned to the moon? Why is NASA so damn afraid to just repeat what they did before to get the astronauts back into space? And I haven't found a good answer other than maybe they're, you know,
they didn't actually go to Mars. Maybe they didn't. Maybe Capricorn. Maybe Capricorn 1 is a true story. I don't know. I was very young then, so I can't tell you for sure.
I mean, that is a possibility if you believe that the Earth is flat and we never went to the moon. But I'm sorry, I don't believe that part. But
then it also kicks out a whole lot of other things, like what did they do with all the money? But go ahead.
Right, yeah. And then there's the fact that, you know, we all saw the shuttle that blew up with 9 astronauts on board.
We did.
I don't know. Maybe that put a scare into them to lose that many astronauts, to lose that many astronauts at one time. But Elon Musk is putting it out there. Putting his four people into the into uh, his ex uh,
Rocket.
rocket, or we don't call it, and shooting them into space to go to the lab that's orbiting our Earth all these years.
Mhm.
Um, uh, oof, what is? Why can't we just maybe add more fuel or whatever instead of making that stop at the space lab? Just do a 190. I guess it has to be 190, and then just go out in space. Just for a short distance, maybe a light year or something like that, and then turn around and come back, just to show that we have the rockets that are capable of sustaining the momentum
Mhm.
to go into space, not just stop at the orbit. Um, or is it as there are two arguments? One is that there is some kind of shield around our Earth that prevents anything from uh, uh, penetrating it to go into space. Well, if that's true, then how do we get to the moon to place our flag on the surface? How are the Russians getting there? How are the Iranians getting there? And the Chinese?
Well,
Because
I
we
don't know
all
how
know.
I don't know how the Iranians got there, but the Russians and the Chinese probably borrowed the script to Capricorn One too.
Yeah. No, I mean, uh, uh, I would. I'm going to pause this line of thought for one moment.
Okay,
As you know, I watch a lot of stuff while I'm doing genealogy,
I know you do.
and one of the things I was watching was various former astronauts or jet fighter pilots or whatever, and their take on various things space oriented. And this one guy said, with a straight face, that he thinks that the moon is nothing more than a very big spaceship. And they showed this image of this huge crater, and he said this crater is not a real crater. It is where another ship attached itself to it and pulled the moon into position above our Earth, so that it can, so the people inside can maintain surveillance of how we're doing. Now that's a far step. Okay, uh, I
Okay.
can I kind of put that up there with that the moon is the made out of cheese kind of scenario. Okay,
Well, we
but
brought back moon rocks supposedly, so they know what the moon is
yeah.
made out of.
I'm going back. So
Mhm.
Elon Musk, he has these rockets. Why doesn't he just ask for volunteers? Hey, just so you know, this might be a one-way trip, but your name will go down in history as being the first one to die in space. But would you be willing to hitch a ride on my rocket? We're going to shoot past the space lab, and we're going to keep on going for X number of thousands of miles, whatever. And we're going to take some pretty pictures, for the tour guide brochure, and then we're going to turn around and we're going to come back just to prove that we can get back out into space. Would you be willing to do that? Oh yeah, I would love to do that. Okay, so let's do it.
But well, what if the crew goes out on a spacewalk and the main rocket home leaves without you?
Well, then you're screwed. Okay. Um,
Okay.
Well, yeah, but I'm not saying do a spacewalk. I mean, there supposedly there was one astronaut, and that's the thing. Unless my mind is twisted with a movie, where he was doing a spacewalk out to do some repairs, and his tether broke, and he floated off into space. Now I'm not sure if my mind is confused now with a movie or if it actually happened. But no,
Yep.
what I'm saying is, you see, Elon's beautiful rocket. The four guys or two gals and gal, whatever, walk out, going to get into the driver's seat, They go into space. They hook up to the lab. They unload supplies, whatever, or maybe some additional replacement astronauts. And then they, then let's disconnect, and then we just kind of make a short turn this way, and just head on off into space and see what happens.
Well, you lose the propulsion system to get you up into space. And then the question in my mind would be, do you need the propulsion system to fly you around outer space? I mean, is the capsule itself powerful enough to get you around outer space? But I mean, I don't know. Elon's a smart guy, and he must have a reason why he hasn't done it yet. Aside from he wants to go to Mars, and everybody's working on getting
either that or
a rocket that can go to Mars.
If they're concerned about putting humans in there, but put some of his androids in there. I mean, his androids can do almost anything. And the dude, it wouldn't take. Hang on a second. Talk amongst yourself. I want to check something.
I will talk amongst myself for a moment. It's Monday the 18th, and it's a new week, and we are getting it started today. We are live on my profile. We are live on the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel and everywhere else on Facebook. Matter of fact, we'll do a quick Xander Gibb Memorial pre-rehearsal this morning. Haven't done one of those in a long time, and we'll see if we can do it this morning. I will probably lose all my shares, so make sure you're paying attention now. We'll pick out a bunch of groups. Donald Trump, you have it. We Need Patriots, I think you already have it. Conservative Freedom Defenders, I know you have it. Red Patriots for America, you have it. Boogie with the Bull, Uncensored, you have it. And I'm not sure if the Red MAGA Nation has it. I think American Regulators, you have it. I was kind of cheap this morning. I was afraid that I was going to give it to too many people all at once, and they would take it away from me. So I
take it away from me. Boom,
boom, boom, boom. I gave it to Susan already. Modern Day Slavery: Creating Awareness About Human Trafficking USA has it. I made sure Susan had it this morning. My buddies at Ministry of Truth, you have it. American Political Party, John, you have it.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, Randy's here and Randy's ready. So you talk amongst yourselves, and I'll kind of hear for a moment.
Okay, so we've all seen the sci-fi movies, right? In not too distant future, some of us have a robot that's doing housework, doing the dishes, cleaning the toilet, walking the dog. Then, of course, then you have your sex bots doing the other thing for the guy. But then you have, these billionaires who are using them for, their bodyguards and so forth.
Yeah.
So, but what could go wrong in these movies? Someone says something nasty about one of the robots, and it takes it wrong, and it's transmit this message to the other robot in the household. Say, hey, he just called me the N-word or something like that, and that robot gets offended. The next thing you know, the robots are slicing and dicing the humans inside the household. And then you see all these doors open up for these this rich neighborhood, and all the robots are coming out, and they're marching down the street, rah, robot robot power, that kind of thing. Or taking over your spaceship and and killing all the people on board the spaceship. What could go wrong?
I don't know, but if they become genealogists, I will be very upset.
Yeah. What could go wrong with Elon Musk's vision? Okay. By the year 2035, he wants to have built 30 billion of these robots. Mm-hmm. Right now, he has 5,000 in operation with up to 12,000 by the end of this year. Okay.
Yep.
He envisions by the end of 2026 to have built 100,000 robots.
But
Okay.
he also said early on that those robots were not. And what they say doesn't always come true. But he said that his plan was to put the robots in the menial jobs that we do, that we need every day. Go ahead.
Right. So here's this Elon Musk introducing this one robot, and could you not make it a little bit more friendlier? I mean, this thing reminds me of, like I said, the sci-fi movies. Or maybe how about this one here? Uh, this adds some color to this one here. Bum, bum, bum. As soon as it pops up to my screen, there you go. Okay, that one's friendlier looking. Okay, it's got some color to it. It's got the face kind of basically doing the high five. What could go wrong with these things? Absolutely nothing.
Well, he's been seen with ones that from the head, from the chin up, look female, and they have hair, and he's, like I said, he's been seen at restaurants with them, and some of them probably drive his cars that are driverless anyway. So
I've seen videos. I don't know how much of it is real, how much of it is AI, but yes, I think some of it has to be real. Where the guy puts two phones side by side and has the AI voice, and these two phones are talking. These two AIs are talking to each other about taking over the world.
yeah,
I don't know. Speaking about taking over the world, folks, how many here? Show the raise your hand. How many of you here have? You don't know what to raise your hand to yet, Bubby. Have Instagram. Okay.
Because I have two accounts on Instagram.
Okay. Did you know that Instagram secretly added a feature called Map? Okay.
Yes.
And if you click on the map and follow the instructions, you now have placed your home address on Instagram for anyone to track you down to the address, to the street,
right,
to your front door.
Right.
So, folks, if you see, let's see.
If you see it, yeah, it comes up on your screen, and it gives you an option as to whether or not you want to do it.
If you see that on your phone, make sure to go into it and that you have it turned off.
Well, in theory, it works great for self-employed guy who owns a sub shop or sub truck that is parked somewhere and wants to get people to his truck every day. Yeah.
Okay. But
if your 13-year-old grandson is on his, talking to whoever, then no, you might not want. But everybody knows where everybody is anyway.
Yeah, okay, but it's one less feature. Speaking of 13-year-olds, again, like I said, I'm up to like 10 o'clock at night working on genealogy. So besides having my double fisted coffee and my pot downstairs staying hot, I watch all the programs. And I'm not sure how it started, but they watch what you watch, and they start sharing these videos of these parents who hire these men to test their daughter or test their child to see if they would respond to someone on Facebook or on TikTok or something like that. So I saw half a dozen videos where these guys pretend to be a young boy, and he's talking to these people's teenage daughter, and they actually made arrangements for his teenage daughter to come to his house. So they have this house set up with cameras and so forth, and the parents are there, and the parents are actually dressed up in these scary outfits. So the daughter walks in, and the guy takes her directly to his bedroom. She's sitting on his bed, kind of like, okay, this is gonna be fun, right? And next thing you know, out of the closet comes her parents dressed in these very scary outfits, and she's screaming for her life.
Yep.
So the whole idea is that it's hopefully a way to teach your teenagers and even younger not to go online and respond to these people. There was another video where this guy had a really snazzy sports car, and he was hired by the parents to see if their young kids would get into the car. So he pulls up his car in front of the person's house. Hey, how you guys doing? What do you think of my car? I just picked that pretty neat, huh? You want to go for a ride? Yeah, okay. Oh, come on, let's go. And these little kids, they jump into the car and he takes off. And then he starts talking to him. He says, you know, do your parents know you're here with me? No. Then why'd you get into the car with me? Oh, I don't know. Do you want to go home? Yeah. Well, what if I don't want to take you home? And then the kids start screaming, right?
I mean, I understand the point of teaching the lesson. I'm not sure the ends justify the means. I mean, you know, you want your kids to understand, no, you don't get into a stranger's car and go for a ride. You risk a lot of things, and you just don't want to do it. But, you know, the extent of dressing up in scary costumes so that when the kid opens the closet door, you jump out at him, the kid has a heart attack and dies, and, you know, was it worth it?
Well, but you know, sometimes I think that you have to take the extreme measure to teach because, like in Washington D.C., you have these squads, or we want to give them to the number of teenagers running through the streets causing havoc. You know, and I saw on the news there are now other cities taking similar actions to reel in these kids who are running the streets and causing havoc. They're taking a page from Trump's role model.
Right.
And there actually was a reporter, you know, doing a story about how, you know, it's getting safer now for her to be out on the streets and not have to be concerned about her well-being because of what Trump's done. Right. Speaking of what Trump has done, Trump just met with Putin on the tarmac, and they had a question and answer session, which didn't go so well as far as from a reporter standpoint. But one of the questions that the reporters yelled at Putin was, when will you stop killing civilians? Okay. Now, he did not answer that question. And guess what happened today? I heard the news where prior to Zelensky coming to Washington, D.C., along with like a dozen European leaders, Putin attacked this one city, killed this baby, killed this family sleeping in their bed, and did a bunch of damage to the city itself. You know, unfortunately, you know, the whatever bomb or missile he's using, they're not smart. They don't know, well, here I am coming down. I'm on my mission to blow up, you know, Ukraine, and I'm supposed to hit that bill. Oh, wait, there's people sleeping. I got divert. You know, they don't have that capability to think.
Well, you had the idea under the Carter administration. I think it was the neutron bomb, which blew up. It killed everybody, but it saved the buildings.
Right. I've seen those videos,
and I always walked away from those videos going, what is the point of saving all the buildings if you've killed all the people? Unless you have people that you're going to move to that area.
That's it right there.
But I mean, war, like I have said a billion times before, is an outdated idea to me. I don't understand why he can't sit across the table from each other with an impartial referee, Trump or someone else, and work it all out. Because my fear is that once they resolve Ukraine, however it is resolved, is that Mr. Putin is going to go to Poland.
No.
I'm just saying he's going to go to the next city
Putin
and try to do what he wants.
Putin made a comment that had Trump been in office at the time that he was considering going into Ukraine, he never would have done it.
Okay, then why
And
is he there now? Why doesn't he just leave?
Because now he's in, now he's committed, now he needs to walk away with something to show for the loss of his soldiers. The Newsmax said that they did historical check. Russia attacked, I forget what country it was, attacked and invaded this one country when Obama was in office. And then it was Trump and Putin did not do anything. And then it was Biden and Putin invaded a country. So it seems that Putin will invade a country when there's a Democrat in charge because the Democrats won't do anything.
He didn't like Joe Biden, but then again, he didn't like Barack Obama either. So that means that for 8 years that Biden was the vice president, he didn't like him. And for the 4 years that he was president, he didn't like him either. So, you know, if Trump said to him, you know what, Vlad, take this corner and this trophy and leave and just live free and be happy with what you got and what Ukraine got. But by the same token, like you just said, if Putin wants to keep this corner for this casualty, then where Zelensky did it in Russia, does he get to keep that part? I mean, to me, it's equal. If you killed people and ruined a city here in Ukraine and they came in and ruined a city in Russia, then everybody's even. So go home and, like I said, sit down, break bread, and try to figure it out if you can, because you all got to learn to live together, not just tear each other up. You got to learn to live together. Because what happens when he's taken over Eastern Europe? Where's he going to go? Is he going to go to us or is he going to go to China?
No. I think Putin is trying to rebuild the Russia that once was.
He is, but I don't think he's going. I don't see how he's going to be able to do that without dragging China into a war and without dragging us into a war. And China is supposedly his ally, and Iran is Saudi Arabia's ally. They're all just going to go everywhere, and we're just going to. Unfortunately, you Christians, don't be upset, but you're going to die before you see Armageddon.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's the explosion you need to get to heaven or hell, wherever you're going. And, you know, that belief is up to you. But, you know, why can't we all just live together? Why can't we all just do that? And those that don't want to be here, meaning the earth, hop into Elon's ship and go wherever it takes you.
Well, you know, moving right along here, did you guys see the video of the tractor trailer driven by an illegal who came here in 2018? He crossed the border. Some idiot company gave him the job of driving a tractor trailer. Have you guys seen that video?
I didn't see the video of the accident that took place, but I saw the truck. And there's no way in that I can see that the four people inside could have lived. It was crushed. And it was crushed pretty bad.
Yeah, they did die, okay? And you know, the truck had a dashboard camera. So you're seeing the driver, he's driving. He has someone in the passenger seat. I don't know who it was, but he's driving, and for whatever damn ass reason, he decides to make a U-turn, and of course he's in the right lane, cutting across the inside lane. So he makes his turn, and as his tractor gets like in the median, his box. Anyway, the box car, the trailer. Thank you. The trailer is now blocking two lanes, and here comes this car, runs right into the box car, into the trailer, and goes underneath it and gets stuck.
Mm-hmm.
And the video shows the driver of the truck just kind of like walking around like no emotion. Not, a human being would have fallen down to the ground crying, "What did I do? What did I do?
Or at
Oh my!"
least, or at least, gone up to it and did what he can to have gotten people
Turns out
out
he's
of it.
illegal.
Mm-hmm.
He's here illegally. He
Mm-hmm.
was not trained
Yep.
to drive that vehicle.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
And there are many, 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 many drivers out there who should not be driving.
That's correct. I read today someone thinks that every DMV, regardless of where it's located, every DMV should be investigated to see, I guess, to find the illegals and know where they are. And at least in this particular case, if you have a license and you're licensed to drive, take it away from them. Whether or not you get to stay in this country is somebody else's fight. Personally, I believe you have to pack up and leave, and then you can come back and unpack, but you have to come back and unpack legally. And you have to go through the process. And if you're not willing to go through the process, then you don't come here. I'm tired of hearing that you deserve to come here or you're going to come here for whatever reason, because if we tried to do it where you were at home, we would not be allowed to do it. We'd be lucky if there was no torture involved in it and we were used as a human pawn to trade for 250,000 of yours for one of us. So, again, I don't have any problem with you being here, but be on the pathway to become a citizen, and you know how to be a citizen. If you came here as part of something else, well, then maybe you should leave because of what you're doing.
Does the name of Lonnie Willison ring any bells to you?
Is it supposed to? Because not particularly.
Okay, well, you need to expand your your view of reading. No, but
Okay.
a few years back, she was a very famous, very absolutely gorgeous model.
Okay.
Appeared on many magazines,
Okay.
different shows, and so forth. And somewhere along the lines, she started spending all the money she was making on booze and drugs, and it got
Right.
to be too much. And her sponsors, her producers, so forth, dropped her. Okay, and she lost everything. And there are images of her living life on the streets. And you can see she still, if she would get a shower and get her, hair done and so forth, she would still be beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess what she's doing is because of the concerns for her physical security, living life on the streets now, eating out of garbage cans. She has decided that instead of getting herself cleaned up and go back and try and live a good life, she's going to stay on the streets. But to protect her from being raped and so forth, she is making herself appear as dirty as she can, as stinky as she can. And so far, it's worked that way.
Okay, but it's only, the way I see it, it's only going to work to a point. Because when a male wants it from her or a female wants it from her, it's probably not going to matter how dirty or smelly she is.
True.
So that has to be factored in. And to me, that's a cry for help. Just, like my little great grandfather didn't help the guy that lost everything get everything back. There are people out there that will help you. There are people out there that will not help you. They will help themselves to you. And I don't know what to tell you. you'll always hear, well, no, they're not funded enough because we're doing everything for illegal immigrants. Well, maybe the lesson that we need to learn is that no, we don't do everything for illegal immigrants. We do something for our citizens first. You help illegals that want to become citizens, and the rest of them, unfortunately, spend their time at Alligator Alcatraz and go home.
So here's our biblical point of the show. Okay, we're going to start having segments of our show, and I decided that today without talking to the boss. So if he says no,
I have no problem with it. But it isn't going to become.
No.
This is going to become this religion against that religion, or these people against those people, which other broadcasts do, and I just don't want to be a part of that.
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
Nothing like that.
Okay.
So this is Matthew 14:13-21. Jesus replied, "They do not need to go away. You give them something to eat." Mm-hmm. And they responded back, we have here only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, they answered. And Jesus said, bring them here to me. And he blessed them and he fed 5,000. So, they said, now how is that even possible? Well, you know what? Scientists do what scientists do best. And they did some looking around and they found out that about this time frame, there was a unique natural phenomenon, because of course they're going to rule out the whole miracle thing,
right?
But they said a natural event took place, which is that the winds picked up and turned the lower levels of the water, which deprived the fish of oxygen, and as a result suffocated the fish. The fish rose to the surface, and they went in and got the fish. So that would explain the
So
fishy. But what about the bread?
Well, his point was that you can probably how he got them to up bread production. I don't know, but if there are all these people around doing nothing because they couldn't be fishermen or fisher ladies, they learned to make bread. And those that made bread could easily trade it, some of the bread, to those who caught fish. Yeah. It's along that line of Hillary Clinton's, but kind of not as bad as she said it. Teach a man to fish and you feed that man every day.
Yeah.
But, on our side, people are saying, teach that man to fish and then he can go home and fish and feed himself.
Like Jesse. Hey, did I ask you before? Did you know that Jesse and Jenny are moving to Florida?
Yeah, but it's not immediately. It's way up. It's off in the future.
Yeah, they're going to wait till their last child graduates from high school, and they sell their home. Apparently, he has a sister living in Florida who's going to be doing some housekeeping for him. So that's what their future plans are. Good for them. Anyways,
I think I said you're a good place to look is Marketplace. Use the zip codes of where you want to live or where you want to look. Put that in. When you see $700, $900 multiple bedroom houses, be careful, because people I know have told me that they went to go look at them and they lost money and they didn't end up with the house that they thought they were going to get. So, just be very careful, because of course you want to end up living wherever you are.
So we had our religion segment.
Okay.
So here is our TV viewing segment, and what I have for today is my favorite TV show, NCIS. It's been on for 20 plus years, and it had the spinoff of NCIS Origins, and I watch it. I'm not really thrilled about it from the standpoint of this. And speaking of Inside Origin, guess what just popped up on my screen?
Okay.
And you're listening to me. So as you know, on the series NCIS, you have their boss, and he is so powerful and strength, and he he knows what he's doing. He has stamina. He has self worth. But in the Origins, I realize he's just a brand new agent. He's still feeling his way, but they almost make him look to be stupid, right? And the person they picked for the act, they could have done a better job of picking him because he has this face of it's a strong face, but he also looks stupid, right? So I watch it, hoping for something better. It explains about how his wife and kids were killed and how he got revenge on the person who did that, and how he got away with it because his boss covered for him. So that's been on now, I think, 2 years. So we're at the point now where guess what? A third NCIS is going to be coming onto the screen. It's called Tony and Ziva. I don't know if you guys remember those two characters from the original NCIS, but they were both. She was a Jewish agent that was assigned to NCIS. She fell in love with Tony, who's always getting the back of his head smacked. Remember that? And they have their own series now. Plus, they have a kid and so forth. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. As far as is it going to be a funny one, or is it going to be a series, or a combination of the two characters? You know what I mean?
Now, is that under the franchise? The one you said just lost her job and
yes.
Lost. Okay, hopefully they'll move her back to. They'll bring her back and move her into the other one, the new one. Although she might be too old, I don't know. You know, some of those shows do good. Young Sheldon, the one that came out of The Big Bang Theory, did pretty well. It was okay for a while because the guy that plays Sheldon, for lack of a better word, seems kind of snotty at times, and maybe that's how Sheldon was. Most of us, I think, are used to Jim Parsons playing Sheldon on The Big Bang Theory, and we all probably know someone like him.
Yeah.
Or maybe we are someone like him. I don't know. We watch a lot of crocheters that do YouTube, and a lot of Law and Order, the original one, SVU.
Yeah.
We watch that, and I don't know what else we watch. Watch a lot of Facebook.
Yeah. So
I do.
So is your okay? So let's go to our weather segment today. So
weather segment today.
Yeah. So is Aaron going to have any effect on Florida?
I do not believe so. The eye, I believe, is already over us, past us. It's in Puerto Rico. Around Puerto Rico. It's what?
Puerto Rico's not past us.
Okay, excuse me. Puerto Rico is not past us. So
yeah. No, I just realized. I think you meant Cuba.
No, I meant Puerto Rico, but
Okay.
I guess I got it wrong. Like it left here and went to Puerto Rico. So I don't know. I can't keep it straight. So usually I just say to whoever tells me that there's a good chance it's going to rain tomorrow, okay, because I'm going to forget anyway. And tomorrow, or you'll just tell me it's going to rain at 3:00 tomorrow, and I'll sit with my clock and go, okay, it's 2:57. I'm going to sit here and see if it rains at 3:00. Plus, it's Florida, And in Florida, it doesn't matter where you are, it seems to rain 15 minutes every day anyway, at the same time. So, I don't think there is science that goes into predicting the weather, but I think a lot of stations don't tell you how bad something can be until it's happening, because they're afraid that if they're wrong, you're not going to watch them anymore. You'll go watch somebody else, and you'll watch them until they're wrong. And then, and I'm inside four walls. I'm safe. And, I hate being out in the rain anyway. So,
Yeah. Yeah, back in the day when I was a kid, we always loved running outside in the rain and so forth. And it was a kid thing, splashing in the puddles and getting yourself wet and so forth. I saw these videos about lightning strikes, right? The 10 top lightning strikes. And I tell you what, some of those lightning strikes, it shows hitting the tree and going down the entire length of the tree down to the ground, and the tree is still standing. It didn't catch on fire. I'm not sure if anything was living inside the tree that might have got electrocuted, but it did that. I saw some where the lightning came down and like fingers and was dancing around the parking lot like this, right? And then this one guy, he was outside in the rain, and the lightning strikes and it hits his yard, and you hear him scream and run back inside the house. Lightning is not something to play around with.
no.
They always say, to in a storm, if you're outside, is to find a dip in the ground, right? And to go into that dip, because supposedly you won't get hit by lightning.
Right.
And they say don't, go under a tree, because that's, trees are big, targets for lightning. I saw one where it hit, these horses were standing underneath the tree, and the lightning hit the tree, and the horses kind of like, ooh, kind of like did that kind of dancing thing. So maybe they felt some of the electricity from it. Speaking of,
They tell you not
yeah,
to
they
take a
take
bath.
Sharon, not be on the telephone, blah blah blah. Yeah, that's all. That's all.
Well, it's true. I mean, I've been in a house where the house got hit, and fortunately, the surge protectors, protected everything that was plugged in. But they got they got blown. I like to, if a room allows it, to look out the window and just watch. I mean, I love hearing it crackle at night. I mean, and I wish I could just be out, or next to a window looking at it and watching it. And like you said, Gene Kelly's Dancing in the Rain is a cool and funny thing.
You know what I found that sort of startled me this morning. So my wife will make a pot of coffee the night before. I don't know if this is good for us or not, but she leaves so we wake up in the morning, we have a pot of coffee already made, so we just nuke it, right? So I put 2 cups of coffee into the microwave and nuked it. A ding went off. I opened up the door, and here a damn ant comes running out of the microwave. I'm thinking, wait a minute, you should have gotten nuked. What the hell's going on here? Are you Mighty Ant? But so obviously I killed it, but it was kind of weird how I opened the microwave door and out comes this damn ant. It's like, okay, it shouldn't have happened. It should have been dead.
No, but they all do that. Although yesterday I was in the bathroom and I watched a spider crawl from wherever he was into the closet, and who knows where he went from there. But
do what my wife does.
It's kind of ridiculous, but I can't do nuked coffee.
You do what my wife does. My wife will be in a room and she'll come running out, Randy, Randy, Randy. I said, what? There's a spider in the bedroom. I said, okay, well, where is it? Well, it's in the, well, where is it? What? You didn't watch it? You don't know where it went? No. Well, you know what? Deal with it, because, you should at least stayed there and then pointed it out to me. So now it's somewhere in your bedroom. Deal with it. And I walk away.
You could ask Donna from the years that we lived in Connecticut that I was the one who did that. Can't sleep in the bedroom tonight because that dang spider's going to come up and,
That I agree.
and, and bite me. But the funny thing is about it is, I would throw a newspaper and hope that it hit and just knocked them somewhere, and then it just took off and went running. But Donna, teaching preschool, would say to kids, don't just kill the spider because you're afraid of it. Catch it in a glass or something.
Thank you, Donna. That's what we do. We very
hold the glass and watch it crawl out.
We very gingerly get a tissue and we very carefully pick up whatever the insect might be. And we quickly run out the door and we go to the grass and we open up the tissue and have a nice life, and runs away.
Well, and the only reason that makes sense with me is because if I threw the newspaper and I hit the spider and I killed it, it's not going home tonight.
You're afraid. You're afraid. You're afraid there's thousands babies who come looking for the one that killed their mommy.
What?
I said they kill bad insects.
I know, but they do. They kill bad insects, and that's what they do. But also, maybe I'm just crazy, which we know I am anyway. And it takes, that spider doesn't go home tonight because I killed it. So now there's that spider and its family, or its partner and its family, and they don't have that one member of their family.
When I was a child, we used to sing the song about the ladybug. Okay. But if you sing the whole song, it is disturbing. I think it goes something like ladybug, go fly away home. Your children are alone and your house is on fire. Something like that.
Yeah. Your house is on fire and they're all going to burn. Yeah,
you sing that to your kids like, holy crap! No wonder we're messed up.
Well, you only sing the
first phrase,
the verses that don't have that. You only the parts about your home being on fire and that stuff. We don't teach to our kids when they're not able to handle that. But then, that whole thing leads into other conversations. It's okay to think that someone slides down your chimney every night or slides down your chimney every Christmas and leaves your house full of presents. And, everybody claims a different story. Coca-Cola claims that December was a bad month for sales. So they took that month and they took this story, which was Santa Claus, and they dressed him up in red and white, which are Coca-Cola colors. And they had this great story. And then they added to it the story about Kris Kringle, which was they changed it to slides down your chimney and leaves your house full of presents. And evidently, Kris Kringle was a criminal who slid down your chimney and robbed your house. Well, that's what, I don't know if it's true or not. That's what they said. I had to believe everything positive about Coca-Cola for a while because one of my clients was someone who worked his way up and became the chief operating officer before he retired. So, I wanted to believe that the company only does good things. Which is, the same thing with pharmaceutical customers. Wanted to believe that they were doing the right thing and they were protecting everybody and saving everybody, and they had cures for everything or they were working on it. And, I don't know. Anyway, I don't. you know, it's Monday morning and we're doing our thing. Come on into the Dave Logan profile live chat or the Boogie with the Bull live chat on YouTube and find us. It's a little more difficult because YouTube kind of sticks us on the channel, but the newest episode is always hiding. It's not always right there on top for you to find. But and if you know of anybody of any place else, we should be in the morning. Let me know, and I will try to put the link there as best as I can, or take it and share it.
I gotta read this to you
You
since
know.
we're talking about it. Okay.
You got to read this.
So
to
we're
me.
talking about
Go ahead.
Santa Claus, okay? So let's start here. When the Dutch came to New World in the 1600s, they brought a fellow from folklore named Sinterklaas with them. Sinterklaas, who wore a red bishop's mitre and a snowy white beard, was based on Saint Nicholas, a 3rd century Greek who lived in modern-day Turkey. Despite being a bishop, this Nick was a bit of a bad boy. So an archaeologist dug up his bones in 2005 to find that Nicholas had a broken nose. They think that he got into a fight and the nose was broken. According to one medieval legend, Nicholas punched a heretic in the nose at the Council of Nicaea, blah, 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 and they got into a fight, blah, blah. So that's the one. There's just another one. The second story is a bit macabre. While staying at an inn, Nicholas discovered 3 dismembered children in pickle barrels. He reassembled them and resurrected the briny kids and punished the guilty innkeeper. So that's another one. But there goes on different until we get to
the Coca-Cola story. You don't want to listen to until you're an adult. I mean, they didn't say anything bad, but they said this is what they did in the month of December because sales were bad. And then they later on, like I said, they explained to you how they took this guy and made him a December fixture because Christmas happens in December and their sales were bad in December. Why, I don't know. Because if you drank Coke, you drank Coke 12 months a year, if not more. And, that's just the way it was. And you wanted to think that, December was the right time to drink Coke. But, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. Now it's coffee. I for some reason can drink. I really need to go back like it was in one of the radio stations that I worked at, and my cup was a 12-cup pot that said Dave's Cup on it, and nobody in the station drank it or would.
Yeah, we changed our coffee machines to one where it's a stainless steel kettle. And when it makes the coffee, it keeps coffee hot for like 2 hours. I need one of these days. I keep saying it, but I never have enough, some spare money to do it. Is to buy a second coffee pot for up here in the office because I'm on the second cup now, and eventually.
Well, you need to buy.
I need to direct van to me,
or drink more. I mean, if I drank, this is a I don't know, the cup. Bubba was a 30-ounce cup. This is obviously a little less, but I mean, I like coffee, so I mean, I can drink it hot. It can sit on my desk, and I'll drink it all day. I'll drink it all night. Just because I like the taste of my coffee.
Anyways, it is after 11 o'clock. I gotta get going. Oh, I want this one shout out for tonight.
Yeah, plug what
tonight
you're doing
at 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Jen, the homeschooling mom, Woodruff, and myself will be interviewing Matthew Holmes. I don't have it handy. Here it is. Who wrote the book Hell in the Cell? It's a book about the war between North and South, specifically about a couple of his ancestors and their time in the North Carolina Regiment. It's a very good read.
Cool.
It's well written.
Good.
I highly recommend it.
Didn't look like a
No,
hard
I mean,
book. You'd probably read it.
I actually read it in 5 days. It's 270
Yeah.
pages long, and for me to read sit and read a book that quickly, I had to enjoy it, and I do enjoy it. So tonight, Matthew's going to be with us. We're going to be discussing why he wrote the book. He actually had a total of 7 books now.
Wow.
I'll be getting 6 more sometime this week. So I'll pick one of the books to do a second.
Pick one, and we can do it here too. Anybody else who is a writer, please let us know. The only thing that we will ask is somewhere where we can download the book for free or send us the book.
Yeah, now Jen, she I would have sent her the book via the mail, but it wouldn't gotten to her in time.
Mm-hmm.
So she, on her own, paid the $5 for the Kindle, and she actually read it faster than I did. I mean, when I talked to her yesterday and found out where she was at in the book, holy smokes! So she must have enjoyed it.
Well, some books they just grab you, and you don't want to put it down. You just want to read the whole thing, and you will. Some are, Bill Muckler's books, the 2020 books, the Clear Vision for America and a Clear Vision for Our Future. I believe he told me, read what you want to read at that time. Look at the table of contents, pick out the chapters that you want to read, and then go back and read the ones that you didn't read, and you will have read the whole book. Don't do that with 6 Soft Targets. I'm going to say the novel. I read the first 5 chapters, I think, and then I put it down somewhere, and we moved, and I can't remember where I put it. So as soon as I find it again, I will finish it.
What I'll do is, now that I finish this book, if you want to, I'll start reading the other one, and then on behalf of Bill Muckler, who was has retired from Facebook World Life, we can go ahead and still talk about his books. So
I talk about it all the time. I call them the conservative patriot broadcasters Bible, and I think that's, I don't want to blow my own horn, but I think that's the highest compliment you can give a book, is just say, hey, it's the Bible that we use, and it was just as positive, just as pointful when it was written. When the first one was written in 2015, the second one was written in 2018, and the points are still valid today. Some are, it's just good stuff. 6 Soft Targets is Bill's version of what happened, or blueprint, as he calls it, for what he thinks happened on 9/11. And like I said, the first 5 chapters build up to what's really going on, and then I'm sure the rest of it is just going to blow my mind.
No, Trump. This last thing I have to go on. So Trump is meeting with Zelensky and I think 6 other European leaders to discuss bringing peace to Ukraine and Russia. To be honest with you, I don't think it's going to happen because Zelensky is just too damn stubborn. And he's asking for too much. I mean, half of his country is already under Russian rule, and
there's also bad rumors that you read about Zelensky every day, and you don't know if they're true. Like the latest one I heard was that he is putting $50 million in the bank in a foreign country. I forget where it said it was going. And if he's doing that, he's building up, money, because he doesn't think he will survive the next election in Ukraine. And if that's true, he probably won't. So, I mean, these 2 guys are just doing things that I don't understand. They get a ceasefire, and then the first opportunity one gets, they say, okay, we'll go and do a ceasefire again, and the other one gets a chance to bomb the hell out of this one. Why not just work together to clean it up And that, like I said,
Yeah.
sit and break bread on what you can and what you can't. I understand Putin may want to own everything in Eastern Europe, but the way I understand it, he can't. He, from what I understand, he's a fascinating man to talk to. Speaks English fluently, even though he usually uses interpreters because he thinks that, I guess, maybe it looks more worldly because he's speaking to an interpreter who's speaking to you in English.
Yeah.
I blow my own horn a lot. I had a chance to meet Mikhail Gorbachev, and we drove him and his entourage for a week. And at the end of the first night, he said to me in total perfect English, "Can I ride up front with you?" And I'm thinking, protocol really is you don't do that. But I said to him very politely, if you want to, I guess you can, but your main bodyguard guy is a very big guy, and the front passenger seat was very comfortable for him to sit in. But he
Yeah.
so they will talk to you when they want to, but I would love to do a one-on-one, maybe 15 minutes with Mr. Putin, and that's
Good
just
luck.
in English.
Yeah.
I want to do that 15 minutes with
Yeah.
everyone. I mean, that's what I say to everyone. I mean, I'd love to get President Trump for 15 minutes, which is probably more than 14 minutes more than I would ever get with him anyway.
Yep, I gotta go.
Okay.
I didn't interrupt with you, but I gotta go. Take care.
All right, Randy. Always a pleasure. We will see you tomorrow night. Randy Rhodes, All Roads Lead to Home Genealogy. Make sure you are a member of the All Roads Lead to Home group that I know is on Facebook. I know it's on other places, and I don't want to misquote that is where he is. Look up Colonel Randall Rhodes or Randall Rhodes. Make sure you talk to him, not the guitarist. People have made that mistake before with names that are the same as other people. But he will find what he can. And some of it is comical and will make you laugh. He found for one person that they are related to the lady in New York who called herself the Mayflower Madam. And then he went further, and it turned out he's actually related to the madam who was on the Mayflower. So I don't know how that goes. Plus, you've heard me talk about my, I think, 14th great grandfather, Saul, who has a very long name that I cannot remember most of the time. And Saul served as the king of Poland for 24 hours. He went a little further, and I am related to someone who is related to King David, which means that we're all related. And that was very interesting to me. But anyway, life is what you make it, and you're going to go off and have a great new week and a lot of different adventures. We will be back on Tuesday night, possibly. We will start late. If we're going to be really late, then I'll post and let you know, and we'll figure out something else. But Thursday night, we don't know if I will be here or not. Thursday night, Donna has a sip and shop and has a booth of crocheted stuff at the sip and shop, and I'm going to help her with that, which means that I would miss the broadcast time, which is fine. We will make it up. I promise. You won't even know it was gone. You'll miss. I mean, you'll appreciate it. If it rains, no, I will be right here on my desk, staring into the camera on her Chromebook, which I graciously appreciate being given the opportunity to use. Yeah, I know my face is a little washed out, but you know what? You'll get used to it anyway. I don't know what I was going to say. Good morning to you, Liddy Rada. Very glad to see you watching. People that watch, I will plug that you're watching when I know that you're watching, but it's more fun if you're in the live chat because you can say things, we can respond to it, or you know, we can say something and you can respond to it anyway. But it's more fun to be in the live chat, I think, than it is to be watching. I understand not everybody can be somewhere with the volume going, and that's just life. But like I said in the beginning, we are anxious to see what we can do with the Boogie with the Bull YouTube channel, taking the link and passing it everywhere we can, usually looking for free sites or sites where we can do it for free. And we're having a share team that would take it from the channel on YouTube and pass it around and put it everywhere it can. Sometimes it's just comic relief between me and Randy and everybody who's here. Sometimes we get serious, and generally it's politics, news of the day, everything America, and a generous dose of whatever comes out of our mouths. And in the morning, it's 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and done by 11 o'clock or 11:30, depending on what we're talking about. And Tuesday and Thursday, it is 7 p.m. and done by usually by 8 o'clock. Usually by 8 o'clock, because that's bedtime. Yeah, I'm an old man. Thank you for watching, and thank you for being involved in everything we do on Facebook and everything we do everywhere else. Last thing I'm going to say is that if you are on YouTube, not YouTube, if you're on Instagram, you can look for Dave Goldman, which is the tamer version of all the political stuff I like to be involved in. Or you can look for Boogie WT Bull, which is the full-blown, if we were doing a broadcast version of me on Instagram. And the same thing over on Threads. And the same thing over on X, except there's an ampersand in front of Dave Goldman and an ampersand in front of Boogie WT Bull. Over on Streetlock, I'm Dave Gloven. There's a space in between. And I'm also Boogie with the Bull. There's all kinds of spaces in there. And we're trying to get that group, Boogie with the Bull Uncensored on Streetlock, kind of put back together, and it's a fun place to be. If you're looking for a place to take your Facebook group and expand it, give Streetlock a try. You're not regulated like you are on Facebook, where if you breathe without permission, they take your sharing away for the day. If you say something that they don't like, they nail you for something. It's kind of funny. I was looking at my previous violations on Facebook the other day, and every single one of them, going back like 3 years, says, you didn't do anything wrong. We looked at it and you didn't do anything wrong. Well, if you knew that I didn't do anything wrong, why'd you nail me in the bikini? But anyway, I don't want to trash talk Meta because they allow us to be here to do what we do, and when we find other places, we'll bring them on too. Anyway, I'm Dave Glover, you are not. Thank you for the privilege of your time as we drank coffee, which I'm just about out of. Thank you for watching, and you are invited anytime you want to come on, as long as you let me know ahead of time, and I can make sure that Randy is ready to send the link. We're not quite powerful enough, I guess, in the whole signal sending business, so that if I don't have Randy here or someone who can forward from a hardwired internet station, it's a lot harder to get you a link, but we will do our best to get you a link. You're always welcome anytime you want to come on, if you have an event going on, you're more than welcome to come here and promote it. It does not have to be a political event, and it does not have to be a Republican or conservative patriot, as I call it, event. Okay? Get that out of your mind if you think that's what it has to be. If you do something on Facebook, if you're doing something on Instagram, if you're doing something on Threads, and it's not a conservative patriot thing, come on, tell us about it. Just don't yell like one person who yelled every time somebody else opened their mouth to speak. He yelled, and he's not welcome back, and he knows it. Just for that. But anyway, everybody gets the same amount of respect, and everybody gets a chance to talk. That is important. I don't like hearing this person gets 2 minutes, that person gets 2 minutes. No. When one person is done talking, the next one gets to talk. Except for me, I have a problem. I interrupt everybody. That's just the way it is. I'm sorry that happens, but it's just the way that it is. Still looking for people to do a broadcast on Lewy body dementia. You can look it up. Lewy body dementia. And the Parkinson's link, because that's what I have. It also comes another way with the Alzheimer's link. Like to get people that can talk about it. I'm not looking for people to come on and advertise the products that they sell. Some people will buy those products, but that's not really what I'm looking to do. I want to discuss what it is and how to live with it and go from there. And it can be doctors that say, hey, there's nothing wrong with you. And then it can be doctors that say there is something wrong with you. But a group of people that have it or take care of someone who has it are more than welcome to be with us when we talk about it. And one of these days we will actually sit down and do it. So watch for that. Anyway, I'm Dave Glover, you're not. Thank you for the privilege of your time. And it is 11:18. So go make it a beautiful day, fantastic week to start. And we'll see you on the next Boogie with the Bolt. Double V's for victory. This Boogie with the Bolt broadcast has come to an end. We'll hit this one, and it